Okay, our objective today is to still practice solving one-step equations. We are going to also throw in some word problems today with the warm-up, going over them with your homework, as well as some other ones in your notes, okay? On Fridays, your Chapter 2 test, that will not change, okay? So just keep that in mind. We are approaching the end of new material, so you just need to make sure that you feel good with and you understand the entire note packet for Chapter 2. We're going to start reviewing tomorrow, finish reviewing on Thursday, okay? And then you guys will have all period Friday to take your test. Annalise. Yes. Do directions say solve by writing an equation? I know. Yep. We're going to do it again. I know that. Some of this stuff you have learned before. Math is always like that. It's going to be spiraling. Okay, so let's go over our warm-up. I'm just going to go around the room. Tell me what you got for your answer. If you're not sure of something, we'll come back to it like we always do. Alyssa, we'll start with you on number 1. Good. M is equal to 7. Adam, number 2. Good. Donatus, number 3. Donatus, what have you been doing since you've been here? Looking at your test. You were looking at your test when I gave back to you, weren't you? Is that what you were doing? Okay. Okay. Justin, number 3. Good. 66 or 66 hundredths. Emma H, 4. Good. Annalise, number 5. Good. Charles, number 6. Good. Emma M, number 7. Good. Alex, number 8. Okay. Yeah, you came in late. Zach, number 8. Good. 0.96. Doug, number 9. Good. Alyssa, number 10. Good. 0.4. Okay, well, let's go over the other part, and then I'll come back to questions. Okay. Matt, could you give us the equation you used for number 1 on the next part of the warm-up? Good. And then what did you get for your answer? Good job. Mary, number 2, your equation and then the answer. Good. And what did you get for X? Should be hours. Is that what you mean? Okay. Adam, number 3. Okay, so you left it as 5 over 12 equals X. That works. Did anyone have a different equation? His answer's right, but just curious. Annalise, what did you use? That's what Adam has. Mary, did you have a different one? Yeah, that's what I had. 12x equals $5. Oh. No, it's not. You have 5x equals 12. It should be 12x equals 5. She paid a total of $5 for a dozen bagels, Charles. The 5 is the total, so you want to see how much each bagel costs. So 12 times, there's 12 bagels, times how many cents does each bagel cost for it to equal $5? Does that make sense, Charles? So even though they may seem similar, they're not. Adam, can you repeat again what you got for your answer? Good job. Sorry, couldn't remember if you said that or not. Yeah, that's not right. Okay, number 4, Sean, your equation and then the answer. Good, that works. There's another way you could write that as well. Mary, what was yours? Good, that's another one. Did anyone have another version? Okay, Charles? Hold on. No, that's not right. You don't get the same answer. Because you just subtract 75 from both sides. So that's not right, because you need to add the scores together to get what she got on the first one. So this one is right because you're adding 12 to both sides. You need to add them to get that. Her score was 87 for the first math test. Okay, well, then you didn't solve it right. You had 75 minus x equals 12, right? Okay, Charles, how do you get 75 to the other side? to get 75 over here, you have to subtract it. You have to do the opposite. So when 12 minus 75 is not 87. I'm not sure. I think you thought through it in your head correctly, but you just wrote down the wrong equation. You know what I mean? Okay. Annalise? Hmm? Yep. Hmm? Just because what? That's why you subtract. You always do the opposite. Yep. Justin? Yes, that'd be great. Okay, number 5, Justin. Good. And what'd you get for your answer? Awesome. Did anyone have a different equation? Sean, what did you have? That's perfect. Yeah. You could also have 2x. Let me write it right here. 2x equals 324. So there's another option. I had a different one as well. Emma M, did you have something different? Okay, hold on one second. Anyone have anything different? You also could have had 1/2 times 324 equals x, which is the same thing as dividing by 2. Okay, let me move this Emma M, and then you can do that last one for us. Okay, Emma, equation for the last one? Equals? Okay, first equals x. Good job. And make sure when you have your equation, you have x somewhere. I had something different for this one. That works. That's perfect. Did anyone have anything else? Mary? Good job. Justin, did you have the same thing? Good. Perfect. Annalise? Okay. Okay, hold on one second on that. Okay. Anyone have questions or have any other equations for the last one? No. Okay. Annalise, number 1 has to be 7x equals 63 because it tells you the product of a number and x. So if it's the product of a number and x, that means you need to multiply those two numbers. Is means equals, so it equals 63. Okay, and that goes the same thing for number 2. They just don't word it like that. He's charged $60 per hour, so that x represents the hours. So 60x, the x has to be right next to 60. That works. That works. Hmm? Okay, any questions on anything on the warm-up on either page, whether it's the equation or the word problem? Raise your hand if you got all of those right, even if you solved them a different way or had a different equation. Okay. All right, you sure there's not any questions? No. Alex? What was number 4 on the word problems or the equations? Oh, wrong page. 372. Annalise? Okay. No rounding. You're just multiplying both sides by 0.11. 6 times 0.11 or 11 hundredths is 66 hundredths or 0.66. You okay with that? And again, use your calculator because we did not get to solving decimals by hand yet. Whether you guys know how to do them or not, I want to wait until we get to those. And then we will never use our calculator on them. So my point of this too, guys, is when you're solving equations with decimals, you'll get the same answer as if you don't use decimals. It's the same process. Emma M? Yep, that's what you should do. Just like we did yesterday. Divided by, divided by. Yep, and we're going to do more of that today. Doug? No, you don't have to. Nope. I have you have it out just in case. All right, let's go over homework because I want to spend some time on the word problems from your homework. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to read through the answers. That way we can spend more time going over them, okay? So practice 2.6. When you're ready, I'm going to start reading these. I'm waiting for you. I have them all written up here just to save a little bit of time. Okay. Can I start? Okay, number 1, 14. Number 2, 19. Number 3, 22. Number 4, 8. Number 5, negative 6. Number 6, 40. Am I too fast? Okay, number 7, 99. Number 8, 160. Number 9, negative 704. Number 10, negative 294. Number 11, 180. Number 12, negative 324. 13, 7. 14, negative 9. 15, negative 84. 16 teams is the answer. That's a tongue twister. 17, about 2.67 hours.
Miles per hour. Miles.
What's the exact answer?
Yeah, miles per hour is probably what it should be. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, hold on. Shh, shh. If you put the exact answer or rounded, that's okay. Nope. No big deal. 2 2/3. What did you have?
2.67.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. When you said exact, I thought you meant as an improper fraction or a mixed number. That's fine. Mary? That's fine. Yeah, as long as it's close to this, I will not take off. Sean? That's fine. Yeah, yeah. Annalise? You, you and Sean basically did the same thing. You just, each of you rounded a little bit differently. That's fine. That's fine. Jeremy? Okay, you're off a little bit. Use your calculator and take 233 divided by 87 again. Okay? Okay, but the 0.9 wasn't right, so divide that again. Okay? 18 is 33 miles per gallon. 19, I had a lot of questions from you guys this morning, so anyone want to try to tell us what the total area is for part A? Matt, what'd you get? No? You forgot to do something. Adam? Nope. Nope. Sean? Nope. What did I do? Charles? Good job. Was it inches? Yeah. Okay, so I'll go over it. I know. Emma H. Letter B, please. Yes, you may. So letter B should be 12 inches. I'll go over it. Okay, so I'll go over it. Before I go to 19, though, let's do other questions first. Mary? Okay, but you just need to keep simplifying. That's right. You just need to keep simplifying because half times 10 is 5, and then 5 plus 4 is 9, x inches squared. So you're not done simplifying. So you have, Mary, you have 4x plus 1/2 times 10x. You're not completely simple. Same thing. Like this? Is this what you had? Okay, so drop down your 4x. Half times x times 10 is 5x. Half times x times 10 is 5. And then 4x plus 5x is 9x. Got it? So you actually had the right answer. Just take it one step further. Make sure you ask yourself, can I combine like terms? Can I simplify further? Sorry. Next time I'll write it out. I'm trying to tell you. You're like, wait. Emma M. Yep. I'll make sure on the test that I write specifically like rounds to the nearest hundredth or rounds to the nearest tenth, because that's going to happen in math. Or if I say keep your answer exact, that means keep it as a fraction, like an improper fraction or a mixed number. That's how you keep it exact. Hold on. Well, your decimal can be exact, but what I mean by that is, what Emma's asking about is if the number is irrational and just keeps going, keeping an irrational number exact means keep it as a square root, okay? Or if it's just a rational number that has a long decimal, keeping it as an improper fraction or mixed number, whatever it may be, is more of the exact way to write it. If the decimal's long. But your decimal, as long as you write it down to the last decimal point, that is also considered exact because you didn't round it all. Geometry book is very big on keeping answers exact. That's why I'm starting to put this into this course a little bit, because a geometry teacher, whoever you have, will tell you keep your answer exactly the way it should be. Okay? We'll get to more of that when we get to chapter 9, Adam. Emma M.
Kind of like if I got that, I'd just take the 67. Just use that.
Yeah. Yep. Justin. Number 10. Okay. Number 10, this is a negative sign just in case you can't see it. Okay, so the problem for number 10 is negative 21 equals r over 14. What's the first thing we would do to that problem before we solve, just as a review from yesterday, Alyssa? Good, we would flip it around first, so r or any variables on the left-hand side, the numbers on the right. So Justin, from there, all you're doing is multiplying both sides by 14. Okay, these cancel, and you end up with r is equal to negative 294. Maybe you just multiplied wrong. And for now, again, we're going to do this by hand, but for now, use your calculator. Okay. Matt? I'm going to get to that one in 1 second. Anyone else on 1 through 18? Charles? 17. Okay, so 17. What did you get for your answer before I start going over it? 2.3? Okay. So basically, you know that one of the high-speed trains travels at about 233 miles from London to Brussels. Okay, so that's why I have my long division written out, and I can show it to you in a second here if you want. Okay. Okay, that's the problem. Don't do that. Use your calculator for now, Charles. When we get to chapter 5, we're going to do a ton of problems like that by hand. So here, I'm going to give you this for now. Do you want to check mine? Or did you not do long division at all? Okay, so never mind. Never mind. If you want, try it again, Charles, or check on your calculator so that you don't miss it on a test. Okay? Annalise. Okay, number 18, you know that there's a total of 363 miles, and it takes 11 gallons of gas to fill the car's tank. So how many miles per gallon did the car get? So you're just taking 363, dividing it by 11, so you get 33 miles per gallon.
Yeah, I thought I started like overthinking it like way too much, and I thought that the capacity of the tank might not just be 11 gallons, because that's how I got really confused.
Okay, don't overthink these problems. At least this year. In geometry, you can overthink them. Mary. Yep. Okay, number 13. The very first thing we need to do on that is combine like terms. Oh, does that answer your question already? Man, that was quick. So always ask yourself first, do I need to combine like terms? Once you combine like terms, then solve, you get m equals 7. Sure? Okay, anyone else? I'm going to get to 19, so besides 19. Doug? You're dividing by 11, not by 10. Oh. Okay. All right, so let me go over, actually, let me ask this. Who still needs me to go over 19? Hand up if you still need to go over 19. Okay. Making sure you didn't figure it out. Okay, so let me just try the best that I can to draw this. I know, but this is not what it should exactly look like. Okay, so we have a triangle and we have a rectangle. So the question here for part A is write and simplify the expression for the area. Okay, so let's start with the triangle. What is the area formula of a triangle, Briar? Nope, but both of those are in there. So you're kind of close. Zach? Good. Half the base times the height, or base times height divided by 2. Okay. So what we need to do here is look, this x is the base, 10 is the height. So I'm just going to rewrite the x up here. So we have base, which is x, times the height, which is 10, divided by 2. Is everyone clear on where the 10 times x divided by 2 comes from? Give me a head nod this way or this way. Okay. So then we have, I'm just going to rewrite it, 10x over 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So we get 5x, which is the area of the triangle. Okay. How do we find area of the rectangle? Sean? Good. Area of a rectangle is length times width. So you're just taking 4 times x. And of course, both of these are inches squared. So now, since you have area of each of them, you just simply add them together. 4x squared plus 5x squared, 4x inches squared plus 5x inches squared is a total of 9x inches squared. So that's how we got the total area for the whole figure. We broke it down into 2, and then we just combined them. Does it seem easier now? Hopefully. Briar, does that make sense? Okay, just making sure. Annalise? Yep. Yep. Alyssa? Oh, okay. You just forgot? Okay. Well, it's easy to fix then. Just make sure you do both of them and then mush them together, add them together, because they're both area. Emma M? Yeah, I'm going to do that one in 1 second. Annalise? Okay, did you follow what I just went over to find your mistake? Okay, yeah, that was just going to say that. You probably didn't divide by 2 here. Okay, but what did you, after you did 10x divided by 2, Annalise, you should have 5x. Because 10 divided by 2 is 5. I'm not sure how you got 18 either, but the 10 divided by 2 is 5, so you need to simplify that to 5. And then for the rectangle, all you're doing is taking 4 times x. So you have to get 4x for that. There's only 2 things to multiply. Okay, what I want you to do, just redo it. Don't try to figure out what you did because that wasn't right. So redo it. Make sure you understand it this way. Okay? Okay, part B, what is the value of x if the area of the figure is 108 inches squared? So since we know the area is 9x inches squared for both figures, they now say, okay, what's x if the total area is 108 square inches? So now we need to find what x is. We know together of the two figures, area equals 9x. Now they're telling us what to plug in for A. We need to find x. How do we find x, Mary? Good, divide by 9. So what would x be? What would x be? So really, we're finding x in the figures above. Charles? Just 12 inches because you're finding a side length. Okay. So part B is actually easier than it looks. Do you guys agree? Sorry, well, part B is easier than it looks, though. Didn't you think? Both of them. Yeah, actually, yes, both of them. That's probably what I should say. You just have to break it down. Take your time. Annalise? right? Yeah. So what we did though, let me write it like this so it's not so confusing. We need to find x, which is the side length. Okay. Anyone else? Anything else on the homework? Okay. All right, I'm going to do one problem in your note packet, and then I'm going to do some decimals tomorrow. So open up your notes to page 16. I wanted to give you guys more time to start homework today, but that didn't happen. Open up your notes to page 16. I think we need to do one or two more word problems together. So I want you to take a look at letters B and C. So page 16 in your notes, we're going to do letters B and C together. Page 16. You're on the wrong page. Okay, page 16, letter B. Did you? Okay. Yes, and that's going to be your homework tonight. More problems like that. Okay, so letter B. Write an equation to find the value of x in the provided triangle. Then solve for x and use the value to find the measure of each angle. So first thing you need to do is make sure you know that this is a right triangle. Okay? What did you say? We don't know, so let's just have inches. Well, these are the degrees. Those are the degrees, the angles, but if we had to find the sides, we'll say that they're inches. Okay, so let me explain this again. So we need to find what x is. X is the angle, in other words, the degree of the triangle. So, Zach, we're in our notes on page 16, not homework packet. Okay? How many degrees are there in a triangle? So let's start with that. Alyssa? Good, 180. If we know there's 180 degrees in a triangle, what equation can we use to find what x is? So I'm making you think. Briar, you want to take a guess? Or do you change your mind? Okay, Sean? Change your mind? Okay, let me rephrase this. There's 180 degrees in a triangle. We need to set up an equation to find x. After what we just went through, we spent a lot of time on the homework today, you should be able to at least take a guess on what the equation is. Okay, I want everyone to write it down. Write down what you think the equation is. Come on. Write down what you think the equation is on letter B. There's 180 degrees in a triangle. Write down what you think the equation is. There's a bunch of ways to do this. Yep, that works. Yep, that works. Good job. Think about 180 degrees total in a triangle. Equals what? There you go. Keep going. No. How many degrees are in a triangle? Okay. Emma H, since I didn't see yours, can you tell me what you have? Equals. Perfect. I agree. That is one form of the equation. You may also have 3x equals 90. You may also have 2x plus 1x equals 90. You may also have 90 plus 3x equals 180. Who can explain why is that right? Who can explain that? Doug, why is that right? Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Okay, so let me go backwards for a second. So what Doug is saying is you can take all the angles inside the triangle, you can add them up and set them equal to 180 degrees because that's how many degrees are in a triangle. If this was a quadrilateral, what would we set it equal to? If it was a quadrilateral, Briar. Good, it would be 360 degrees. So this is bringing back your prior knowledge from your other math classes because you need to know how many degrees are in certain figures. At this point, all we're doing is solving. However, I'm really making you think because This is a two-step equation, and we've only done one of these. So what should x be? Zach? Good. X should be 30 degrees. Now, if I asked you to plug these back into the triangle, what would the other angles be? Matt, what are the other angles? Good job. So it would be a 30, 60, 90 triangle. This is considered a special right triangle, which we're also going to learn about in this book. Later on, yeah. But the point of this problem is to be able to set this up as an equation and solve for x. So for chapter 2, setting up an equation, solving for x. Annalise? Even this step? Okay, let me try. You want me to try to explain it again? Okay, so first step, you need to set up an equation to find x. So the very first thing you need to do is realize there's 180 degrees in a triangle. Okay, this, these are all the angles, is equal to 180 degrees. That's what we did over here. Look, this plus this plus this is equal to 180. That's how many degrees are in a triangle. From there, we just combine like terms and we solved, as we've been doing in this chapter. Does that help a little? You tell me. Are they like terms? Nope. You have to do it this way. Because the total sum of the angles is 180 degrees. Right here. It's a right triangle. Well, if it's a right triangle, yes, one of them is always going to be 90. Okay. Adam? I'm going to answer that later on. that was going to take me too long to explain. Emma H. Yep, exactly. Yeah, there's a couple ways to do this. That's why I wanted to see what you guys wrote down. Good, very good job. Doug, is this a question or comment about this? Go ahead. Yeah, but you have to know what SOHCAHTOA is, and I didn't teach you that yet. No one's taught you that yet. We're getting Emma M. Yes. Correct. Because when you combine like terms, that only applies to when you add or subtract. That is irrelevant when you multiply or divide. Those rules do not apply with multiplication and division. Does that make sense? Okay. Annalise? 60? I don't have 60. Wait. Where do you? I don't. Oh, this you mean? Yeah, you plug 30 in for x. 2 times 30 is 60. So if we check, 60 plus 30 plus 90 is 180. Charles? Yeah, there is. You're close. That's for a 45, 45, 90. Just hold that thought. You guys are ahead of me. I'm not going to mention this stuff anymore. Huh? Exactly. Well, when we get to chapter 9, you'll be a good application to apply what you do to the chapter. Mary. This is going to frustrate you as it does me, all of you. In geometry, they don't always draw the figures to scale. They're going to try to throw you off. So a lot of times they're not going to draw them to scale. Keep that in mind. Okay? This is not drawn to scale at all. The right angle. Doug, go ahead real quick. No, not right now. Okay. Tomorrow I want to do some more examples with you guys, but right now I want you to get started on the assignment. I should say I want to explain it. So Open up your homework packet to page, hold on, I need to see what page it is.
37.
Nope. Page 46. Shh, listen. Okay, so page 46, there's 26 questions. And I would like you to complete all of them. Here's why I want to do this today. I had 2 assignments in mind that I thought we could do today. Before we do more word problems, well, there's some on here, but before we do more in class together, I want you guys to practice more of the solving equations. So everyone look at numbers 1 through 21. And I want everyone to look at number 8. Who can tell me what you would do first on number 8? Raise your hand if you know. What would you do first on number 8? Jeremy? Okay, so combine like terms on this worksheet, okay, which would be a good worksheet to collect and grade. Combine like terms first, always, before you try to move something to the other side. When there's a fraction, combine the numerator or denominator first if you need to, and then multiply by the denominator to get rid of it, okay? If you need to look back in your notes, there is a similar problem to all of these that we've done in class. The back of the worksheet has some word problems that are going to make you think. There's another problem. I know you guys are so excited. Look at number 25. If you listened in class today, you'll be able to do number 25. It's just like number 19. Aren't you so excited? So listen, it's extremely important that you try your best on this. This is the start of our Chapter 2 review. Tomorrow in class, we're going to do some more problems together. I'm going to make up some more word problems for us to do, okay? But remember, there's a front and a back to this. Due tomorrow. If your test corrections and or signature is not completed, make sure you do that. Annalise? Like number 10. Add the denominator first, okay? Emma H. I would only use it if you really need to. There's not decimals on this one. So if you need to, that's fine. Emma H. But the important thing is make sure you guys and girls know the process. Briar? Yes. Yeah. You can use your calculator in any part of the test. That was mainly just chapter 1. That was like, yeah.
It's like really important.
It's extremely important to know how to add and subtract integers because that means as we go further through the book, you can do things quicker, especially when the process of equations gets really long. And I give you guys an equation that's this long on the smartboard. I'd rather you not. Yep. I'd rather you not be dependent on the calculator. So I know I've been telling you to use it for decimals, but that's because I haven't taught you yet. In chapter 3, almost. Next week. Okay, so let me, one more time, hold on. Is everyone clear? Give me a head nod. Clear on the homework, both sides. If you need something, email me, use your notes, ask your gate teacher at school, either from Blackboard or regular email. Check both. Very important, okay? If you have any questions, you need to let me know tomorrow, so that means we can make sure you're ready for the test Friday. Got it? Okay, go ahead and get packed up. Jeremy?